transportation mask mandate. Correspondent Leonardo Feldman has this story, joining us from Miami's International Airport. Leonardo.
Florida federal judge Catherine Kimball Mizell overturned the transportation mask mandate in a ruling that read, quote, "The court declares unlawful and vacates the mask mandate, remanding it to the CDC for further proceedings consistent with its order." Florida Governor Ron DeSantis tweeted, "Great to see a federal judge in Florida follow the law and reject the Biden transportation mask mandate. Both airline employees and passengers deserve to have this misery end."
It's up to everybody to do whatever they want.
It's about time. It should have been done a long time ago.
We've been using masks for a long time, and I get everybody, wants to, be comfortable in airplanes, being comfortable in the airports by not using masks. So this is a great news.
Well, this family wears masks, so that's what we've been doing for 2 years. So we're going to keep on doing it until we feel secure.
Health Freedom Defense Fund and two other plaintiffs filed a lawsuit against the Biden administration in July of 2021.
The administration and the CDC in particular has been repeatedly stricken down in other cases for unprecedented actions it has taken in response to the COVID pandemic.
We have felt since the mandate was first implemented that it was an overstep of CDC's authority, as well as illegal because they did not follow proper Administrative Procedure Act rules.
That mask mandate is gone. Masks are no longer required in airplanes, trains, buses, or any other form of transportation. So enjoy it.
Passengers posted various pictures on social media expressing their happiness that the mask mandate has been overturned. Major airlines dropped their requirement, with Alaska Airlines being the first to do so, posting this. Effective immediately, all Alaska and Horizon Air guests and employees have the option to wear a mask while traveling in the U.S. and at work. The Transportation Security Administration stated the following: TSA will no longer enforce its security directives, an emergency amendment requiring mask use on public transportation and transportation hubs. Ride-sharing apps like Uber have also dropped their mask requirement. Back to you.
Leonardo, thank you. Also, Amtrak dropped theirs if you're traveling by train. New Jersey Transit dropped theirs as well. The only one in place right now, Philadelphia, indoor mask mandates. And also MTA in New York City. But what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited about the mask mandate being lifted on travel, or are you not excited? Whatever the case may be, we want to know your thoughts. Tweet at Emma Reckenberg or Sean Kreisman. Make it creative. We'll try to get the best tweets later in this show. We'll put it on the program.
We always like to hear from our viewers. Also, our next guest as well, Florida Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, joining us with his own reaction. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. Let me just get your thoughts. Again, you can take off the masks if you want to when you're flying. What do you think about it?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be taking mine off. I can guarantee you that. Look, this is really the CDC bureaucracy going amok, way overstepping their authority. And I think it's just a very dangerous trend. So I congratulate this Judge Mizell, for following the law. And that's what we're dealing with. Now, look, if somebody feels more comfortable wearing a mask, for God's sake, do it. But the fact that the federal government can mandate it, and, this is also at the same time that they're trying to eliminate the use of Title 42 on the southern border, which means, there's not an issue anymore. So you don't, we're not going to keep people out based on Title 42. But here in the United States, you have to mandatorily wear a mask. It's insanity. It is the most consistently inconsistent administration that I think clearly I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah, a lot of questions about the decision to end Title 42 while also keeping the mask mandate in place. Thankfully, that had been lifted. I know a lot of parents traveling are breathing a sigh of relief, the fact that they don't have to, fight their toddler to keep a mask on during the flight. I would like to talk to you about some other news coming out of the Sunshine State, and it does have to do with children, especially those in school. School-age kids who might be studying mathematics. We learned this week that Governor Ron DeSantis and and his State Department of Education are rejecting a number of math textbooks for next year's curriculum. They say it has to do with critical race theory concerns and elements of that being incorporated into it. I want to play this soundbite. This is Governor Ron DeSantis on his decision. Take a listen.
You know, math is about getting the right answer. And we want kids to learn to think so they get the right answer. It's not about how you feel about the problem or to introduce some of these other things. There's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. And we want all our students getting the right answers.
Congressman, what do you make of the governor's decision there, and maybe more broadly on his priorities as the leader of the Sunshine State?
You know, every time I think that Florida has a great governor and he can't get any better, he gets better. And this is another one of those decisions. We're talking about math books for kids, and the fact, you know, the concept that in the math books they would have critical race theory. You know, math books are to teach math, and in math it's pretty simple, right? It's a science. It's right and wrong answers, and that's what our schools should be focused on: teaching the kids how to read, how to write. And so I think the governor is spot on, and I'm grateful for his leadership in this and in everything that he's doing. I'll tell you, this is a governor who continues to impress me. There's a reason why people are moving to the state of Florida in droves. They're voting with their feet. And that's, again, I think a big part of that is the leadership of Ron DeSantis. And also, don't minimize the Republican control of the state legislature.
Well, that actually brings me to my next question. This is some breaking news, actually. We learned the governor announcing that the special session on Friday will include Florida discussing ending Disney's tax privilege and sort of special exemption status. We know Disney is such a large company in Florida, has a lot to do with the economy there and employs a lot of people as well. But they really took issue with the parental rights and education bill. They called it the Don't Say Gay bill. They were speaking out against it. What do you make of maybe what happens next with sort of Disney's financial privileges and whether or not they keep those?
I think it's hard to argue against equality of treatment, right? That businesses in Florida or anywhere else should be treated equal. And so I think the governor makes a very valid point when he has stated publicly that no business should have, additional benefits, special benefits, just because of their size. And so I think what they're looking at, and again, it's a state issue, but I think what the governor and the legislature are looking at is whether there are businesses in Florida that have special treatment. In other words, corporate welfare, in a sense, corporate welfare are treated differently than other businesses because of their size. I think that's a great thing to look at. Okay.
And we'll be watching that as well. Clearly, you've made it very well known you are a fan of the governor. Do you think he seeks higher office than even the state's leader?
One of the things about this governor is, he's exceedingly bright. He's very focused on solving Florida's issues and problems, making this even a better place. And obviously, he's focused on making sure that the voters who will hopefully reelect him, and I'm confident they will, know what he's been doing. He's focused on that as he needs to. But I will tell you, I am convinced that there is no better governor in the entire country than Governor Ron DeSantis.
Some high praise there. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us this morning. Thanks, sir. We appreciate your time.